I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh Bahasham Yahushai Bahasham Ha Rakah Kudash. Double honors to our apostles and elders was rule great millstone well. And Shalom to the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel. May you endure into the end. Shalom. Wah ba ba ba. Alright, so I was watching this video and it's literally a prophecy being fulfilled.
Can't find a husband. Many women, 30s, 40s, trying to find a husband, college educated, working, money, house, car, beautiful, everything, right? But they can't find a husband. And many of them were saying and have been saying, when we were growing up, our mothers and our fathers were like, concentrate on your studies, get a career, get independent, make sure you don't have to rely on anyone, us or man. And they that was the path they set them on, you see. So for them now to get to the end of that road and realize, oh, there's not a husband waiting for me at the end of that, but I still wanted that. They're looking back on their parents and saying, like, how come no one said anything to us? How come they literally said marriage can wait?
All right. So you heard, all right, she's pretty much saying that they're looking back at their family, their parents, and saying that we have received lies, which these are most likely Ishmael, all right, and what you call so-called Arabs, right? Because you can see that this woman's most likely a Muslim. I wouldn't doubt he is too. But these heathen, all right, are fulfilling prophecy without even knowing it. This is Jeremiah 16, verse 19. O Yahweh, my strength and my fortress and my refuge in the day of affliction. The Gentiles shall come to thee from the ends of the earth, and shall say, surely our fathers have inherited lies, vanity, and things wherein there is no profit. And you just heard that right here.
Many women, 30s, 40s, trying to find a husband, college educated, working, money, house, car, beautiful, everything, right? But they can't find a husband. And many of them were saying and have been saying, when we were growing up, our mothers and our fathers were like, concentrate on your studies, get a career, get independent, make sure you don't have to rely on anyone, us or man. And they that was the path they set them on, you see. So for them now to get to the end of that road and realize, oh, there's not a husband waiting for me at the end of that, but I still wanted that. They're looking back on their parents and saying, like, how come no one said anything to us? How come they literally said marriage can wait?
All right, because the truth is, a desire of a woman is for a man, but they've been deceived by the so-called white man, the red devil, to live unnatural. All right, but a desire of a woman is to be married. Genesis 3, verse. And the Lord is saying unto the woman, Genesis 3, verse 16, unto the woman he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow and thy conception, because she was deceived by the serpent, the so-called white man, which he was a so-called black man back then. In sorrow thou shalt bring forth children, and thy desire shall be to thy husband, and he shall rule over thee. So it says here, translation comparison, so you understand what it says. Then he said to the woman, I will sharpen the pain of your pregnancy, and in pain you will give birth, which is the punishment for dealing with the serpent. And you will desire to control your husband, which she deceived her husband, all right, but he will rule over you, but he will overcome, okay, which Yahweh Shai overcame women. You know, when he came, he didn't deal with no women, all right, but women are most of the time the downfall of a man, because a man's desire is to have a woman, because the Lord said it ain't right for man to be alone. I think it's in 2 where he says it. Verse 18. And the supreme power Yahweh said, it is not good that the man should be alone. I will make him an helpmeet for him, which is dealing with the woman. So the woman was created for the man. The woman's desire is for a man. All right. Now, the so-called white man has deceived the woman to think that they're supposed to be over the man. But really, literally, they want to be under the man. And I mean literally. Isaiah 3, verse... And that's why he'll teach women to be harlots. All right? Being ran by their emotions, but he deceives them in the interpretation of it. It says in Isaiah 3, verse 11, woe unto the wicked, the so-called white man, it shall be ill with him, for the reward of his hands shall be given him. As for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them. But you just heard, the women are not happy, not only in America, but in other countries, where they have gotten drunk on the Western philosophies, all right, which is nothing but garbage. And eventually these heathen are going to want to destroy the Western society. It says, for the reward, it says, and women, let me start at top 12. As for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them. O my people, they which led thee cause thee to err, and destroy the way of thy paths. See? So these other nations are being destroyed by the philosophies of the Western so-called white man. All right? America, EU, which their military might is NATO. They're destroying the world. The world is drunk on these bullshit doctrines of the so-called white man. And eventually these heathen are going to become angry and destroy America. Isaiah 14, it says, verse 10, all they shall speak and say unto thee, art thou also become weak as we? Art thou become like unto us? Which America is a third world country today. We get blackouts, we have shortages, okay? It says, thy pomp is brought down to the grave, and the noise of thy vials, the worm is spread under thee, and the worms cover thee. So America is in a state of decay. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning, which is the Illuminati, and this is going to take place after they make that MOTB, implantable microchip, mandatory for buying and selling. America will be will suffer a nuclear destruction. How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations? And I just showed you a video of that. Now let me jump up because it tells you that pretty much right here. It says in Isaiah 14 verse 6, he who smote the people in wrath, so he weakened the nations in his wrath, with a continual stroke, he wouldn't let them grow, he won't let them prosper. He pretty much puts on philosophies that destroy them, like not marrying. Okay, for a woman not to bear children, that destroys that nation, because guess what? They're not populating. All right? And your number one resource is your people. So if you're not able to produce children like you once were, that weakens you. Then when you put your children in a philosophy of death under the so-called white man, that weakens you. When you bring in homosexual acts and other abominations, that weakens you. It says, he who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke, he that ruled the nations in anger is persecuted, and none hindereth. And that's what's about to happen. The so-called white man is going to get what he deserves. Just like it said in Isaiah 3. Woe unto him, the so-called white man, the red devil, May Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai B'Shem HaRakakudash judge him, his allies, and destroy his system. Double honors to our apostles and elders which rule Great Millstone well. Wa Abba Baba.